The U.S. House of Representatives is expected to vote today on a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package. Our Washington correspondent Matt Knadler sat down with Puerto Rico Congresswoman Jennifer Gonzalez to see what it means for the territory.
On the news of the week, I think it's really interesting to look at two different, infrastructure packages, human and physical infrastructure, coming to a head here in the next week or two. Give me an idea of, broadly speaking, what's in this for your constituents, for folks in the territory, and how you see this going over the next week.
My main concern is that the House, there are several bills, the infrastructure bill, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, and the reconciliation. In terms of the bipartisan package, Puerto Rico got included some things that I think are safe in terms of the highways and the formula funds. The infrastructure package that is $3.5 trillion as we speak, they're not confidence. There's not confidence that it's going to be approved in the House because you got moderate Democrats that are not voting for it. And in the other side, you got progressive Democrats that are pushing for that. You would not get one single Republican vote. So this is very partisan. And you got already Senator of West Virginia and Arizona saying that they're not going to approve the $3.5 trillion. So I think that's one of the bills. I think we should be focusing on the bipartisan infrastructure package and trying to get an agreement between both sides of the aisle that can make money happen. If not, we're going to continue to live on CRs. I'm happy and I am supporting the CR that is going to be approved today until December. But yet you will have, again, the same situation to funding the federal government and having people, get together and try to get a common ground sense.
Do you anticipate the same problem in December? I mean, is this kicking the can down the road, or do you think that there's, yeah?
Yes.
I mean,
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but one thing is trying to push the Green New Deal as part of the agenda of the budget, and the other one is actually trying to get something done that could be bipartisan and can achieve both sides of the aisle interest of protecting the local infrastructure. And we're talking about airplanes, airports, ports, rails, highways, among many others, broadband. But many of the things that are included in the bill, they're just nothing regarding infrastructure. Actually, it's less than 20%. And then you'll be increasing the debt up to $3.5 trillion. So we're talking about a lot of money. So instead of doing that, I think the Senate got a proposal, House got a bipartisan proposal bill that can be, the framework of something that can be used and have bipartisan support.
Moving forward, and I'll kind of spin off of that and localize this for a second here. As far as infrastructure itself goes, I mean, what are some of the biggest needs in Puerto Rico right now? And do you think that can be helped in this $1.2 trillion package?
The first one is the maintenance of local roads and highways. I think that's our most important issue because as we are not a state yet, we're treated in a different manner with a different formula. And that means that we're not receiving the maintenance funds for those highways. And that's the reason you got a lot of that infrastructure being deteriorated across the years, and then it's a lot of it's more cost for future years just to get that infrastructure running. So I will say that is the main challenge, specifically with highways and roads. The second one, I will say the ports and airports, where we managed to secure some funds in the last two budgets to renovate many of those areas. So in the case of Puerto Rico, the formula is vital to get at least the minimum fund for maintenance in all those highways.
And coming up tomorrow, Matt and the Congresswoman will discuss Medicaid funding for residents in the U.S. territories.